More space to garden motivated Allie and Richard Stressing to move out of town in 1992 to 2 acres in Cedar Creek. Though organic food was top on the list, Allie was keen to try all kinds of plants. With room to spare, Richard built ponds and added fountains for them and the wildlife. Then they checked out chickens. Now a Travis County Master Gardener, Allie passes along her hands-on experience, and in her blog she details the projects that keep her and Richard busy every spare weekend.
The design was first driven by our drainage issues. This property is kind of interesting because it has pockets of good drainage and pockets of really bad drainage.
When we first moved out here, the water would just come rushing from both sides of the street down the driveway and eventually end up more or less at our front door.
They installed a cattle guard at the top of the driveway to shunt water from the street to a natural swale.
I basically dug it out a little bit more and put some rocks in and make it look pretty, because when it's not raining, you want it to look nice.
It extends to the backyard, intersecting with the dry creek that funnels water away from gardens and the house. From there, it heads to a creek at the end of the property and onto the Colorado River. But they miscalculated with their first attempt at building bridges.
Well, those bridges are points at which debris, leaves, all these things can wash up against it.
The water would bring the debris up, hit the bridge, and then just dam up, and then it would build up, and it would go around the bridge, eventually still going into the dry creek, but then it would just keep flooding out.
So they raised the bridges. They built a berm near the house for plants and to slow water. But Bermuda grass from the leach field was a constant threat to its border.
So I said, honey, what sort of barrier do you think we could build?
On the fly, Richard devised the solution with a cinder block wall, 150 feet long.
He actually dug it out, about, 4 to 6 inches.
I think I'll put sand or rocks in there, and I've got a 10-pound tamping tool, and I just went along and tamped it down, and then I laid the rebar, and I just poured concrete in there, and I made my own little footing, probably, I think about 4, maybe 6 inches. And then once that dried, I had the forms and everything. And what I did is I put the stones up, actually after the cinder blocks were there, I put the stones up, dry stacked them. And then I came back and I was like, oh, that's perfect. Now I'm gonna glue them. Well, to glue them, now you have to take them off. And so I was basically what I did is I took pictures, just in case I messed up, I could go back to my picture and see which stone went where, but basically I just laid them down, and then I put the glue on them and I laid them back up. The other side, I went in there, I didn't do that. I just started taking a stone, I was like, put glue on it, slapped it up. That one's good, put glue on it, slapped it up.
Where they did want water was a pond for fish. After a small starter kit, Richard dug a 1,700-gallon koi pond in the front yard. Then they added fountains to start the day and soothe the Austin commute after work. Water attracted even more commuting wildlife in this habitat garden.
And when we fixed our drainage issues, we found ourselves with nice areas that could accommodate plants. A lot of people think, oh, you're east of I-35, so you've got this really good, a lot of people think it's blackland, which this is not. We're in the Post Oak Savanna here, and the soil is very sandy, it's very rocky, and when we first moved here, there was tons and tons of trees. The drought has killed off a lot. A lot of my design is based on my desire for different kinds of plants, because I'm a plant hoarder.
She wants one of every single
I want one
kind
of
plant.
everything. But then also it's about what's going on in that space.
In a sunny spot, Richard formalized the vegetable garden, nourished by his compost pile.
My reasons for vegetable gardening today are more centered on becoming sustainable, providing healthy produce.
There's just nothing better than a fresh tomato right off the vine in a salad, or you go out and you pull a radish and chop it up and put it in your salad right then and there. There's just nothing better.
Recently, they planted an orchard in back for organic fruit. The next step to sustainable homesteading? Chicken.
We're big egg eaters, and I was like, I've got to do something, so honey, can we please have some chickens?
After lots of research, Allie picked a design for maximum security against predators.
We used hardware cloth.
And then we secured it with screws through a fender washer at, 1 foot, 2 foot intervals. So unless a raccoon has a Phillips head screwdriver, they're not getting in.
She also wanted easy access to collect eggs.
Also cleaning, because cleaning up the chicken coop is, really important because cleaning prevents disease. Because I work, it was really important to me that the whole design of the coop be such that it would almost run itself.
We joke about the cost of the building of the chicken coop. That very first egg cost hundreds of dollars. But every egg after that is free.
Next on their list, get summer's tropical plant accents out of the house in winter.
Our friends call that the conservatory.
Their first small kit greenhouse didn't cut the winter mustard as Allie's plant collection grew.
There were places in the house that just had a trail and nothing but plants.
For once, they handed construction over to a professional to beat a winter deadline. To warm things up on chilly nights for outdoor gatherings, Richard built an 8-foot fire pit, topped with capstones wide enough for seating. For family games, they devoted one clearing for son David's disc golf fairway. He's giving Allie lessons, but until she gets it down, the chickens are keeping an eye on her. Tucked into the grand scheme, Allie drops in tiny surprises with fairy gardens.
One of the things I really like about fairy gardens is that they are so easy to do. I mean, you can do a fairy garden in just an hour or two. I love the little furniture and the little accessories. It's adorable.
With more projects on the horizon, Allie and Richard keep building on to their creativity and curiosity.
One thing I've learned is just do it because it's changeable. If you don't like it, just live with it for a while, figure out what you don't like about it, and then change it.